Hello. I am here again, I suppose. Um, Weird state of being. I, eh, I feel like I'm growing in a way again, and yet still kind of hanging back. I can't tell if it's on purpose or if it's some sort of weird overlap, or if perhaps it is an inevitability that no matter how hard I progress, how much I try and keep to the ways that I am improving, that I end up at a similar juncture again in the end. But as things are, they are still looking up in a slightly different way, I suppose, than what I would normally consider progress, as it were. Um, it's not as much progress as I was hoping for, I guess, is probably what I am trying to say, where I tend to expect or want more than I am able to actually reasonably sustain. So, learning to cope with my inadequacies in that way, or rather, with my version of normalcy that I should have been coping with for a long time now. Um, and realizing that also, it doesn't really. I guess. Where was I? I was asking questions of some people, and everyone seems to have different answers, but they do seem to think that my logic makes sense. They just disagree with what I'm trying to say because they have a different opinion, and I guess that's kind of how opinions work. Um, and following a path I am on right now could potentially lead me to a more ideal state of being than where I am, and attempting to learn how to resist temptation along the way to bolster my perceivable version of weakness, and by proxy work on my strength, I suppose. Um, Physically speaking, I don't really know how physically strong I am comparatively to mentally strong, but it almost feels like I am mentally failing in more ways than I am physically failing right now, which is probably just, again, a consequence of my overactive imagination, um, thinking too much for my own good. But it's the whole human condition of wanting to be more than you are, wanting to get to the thing that you see on the horizon, and realizing that sometimes all you have to do is stay on the course, and sometimes you would end up spiting the actual activity that would lead you to where you're going, simply to assure yourself that you're not the keys of a piano, as it were. It's making a plan and only sticking to it out of spite versus making a plan that revolves around what you are actively trying for and doing, and sticking to it because it works for you, which is what I had done last week and what worked. And so my body and brain are saying, well, that worked, so challenge over. Whereas I'm supposed to be saying, no, it's time to reevaluate the situation and apply a new set of circumstances, because each of these days are a type of progress that I haven't experienced in a good long while. And it's not fair to say that I am the same person today as I was last week. I'm a very. It's probably imperceptible amounts of change to somebody who is only hearing these dialogues. I'm more or less simply hoping that I am able to see the change for myself, because I can eventually look back on this point, and that's more or less the reason I'm still doing this. It's kind of a hope rather than a reason, but I have had the evidence of the last 2 years or so as a point of comparison, which has been incredibly useful for a number of reasons. And it seems like every day I think I'm getting progressively better, but it's hard to quantify. And what is better? where am I compared to other people? Is how much of the reality that I'm experiencing is in my head, and how much of that matters? Because if it ends up being something that is a quantifiable change to me rather than other people, I don't have to be able to prove my version of reality to be able to express myself to the world and to grow and to thrive and to be the person that I feel that I deserve to be, grow to be strong for my own sake rather than to try and prove my strength to somebody else, I suppose. And just, just exist. Just stop trying to be, stop trying to be something I'm not at the end of the day. Stop and embrace this version of myself and work together with myself rather than against myself, because it's only going to be, life only gets harder, but you can still carry your burdens further as you go. And potentially, I could even be a different person as far as a week from now or 2 weeks from now, or next month. I'm excited to see how next month goes. It's crazy. I'm excited for the future, but I still really enjoy these days. The last couple of days felt like they were dragging on forever, and I couldn't have been happier. And now I'm just kind of sad that these days seem to be speeding up again. But I suppose that's it's part of getting older. But I don't know. It's weird. It's like the different states of the days are, comparative to past versions of the same months. And I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling, but I guess it's okay because it's not really gonna end up meaning much to anyone but me. I like who I am turning out to be, and I guess probably the person that I've been this whole time, but been busy berating myself because I've been perceiving inadequacies, weaknesses, and shortcomings that are common in other people. And it doesn't excuse my behavior from the past, of course, but I'm also not as bad as I thought I was, I guess, is what I'm eventually getting around to realizing. I don't have to work. I don't have to be someone I'm not anymore, I guess. I need to accept who I am. I need to live me.